I love the they thing. They can fix the road. That's a we thing, just in case you guys were scoring at home. 438-WPRO, toll-free, 1-800-321-WPRO. Email me at dan@630wpr.com. We hear the DOT will be out on the 610 connector in about a half an hour for about 8 projected hours, or 6 from 2 to 8. Nothing like a Friday afternoon road work. FYI, just letting you know. Some would say this is not as difficult a pothole year as we've had in the past. I don't know. When your car goes sideways on one, it doesn't really matter what the historical perspective is it? And there's plenty of them out there. And 'tis the season. And I'm trying not to be routine about this. But, you know, in other words, I'm trying not to be cliche about this. But I am thinking that, you know, over the course of time, there is a little bit of a, screw it, let's try to get to the spring based on budget pressure and all that kind of stuff. It's too bad. Yes, let me grab, let's go, we'll give them newsmaker status. The member of the Economic Development Commission, now called something else, the one guy who voted against 38 studios, the guy who's given so much in-kind time to the state to talk about efficiencies, and I'm sure has worked with the DOT and all of that. He is the one and only. He is the guy that says at the top of our broadcast, Rhode Island #1. He is the world-famous owner-operator of VIBCO in southern Rhode Island, Karl Wadensten. How's that for an introduction on the news?
I feel like I'm getting into the ring at the WWF. I love that. I'm all pumped up now.
You have dialed the program unsolicited with thought on potholes?
On potholes. And, you know, as I listened to everybody who said, what's Rhode Island's next big thing? What's the #1 thing? So, paint this picture. University of Rhode Island has an asphalt research center, which is bar none one of the top 10, top 5 in the country. Asphalt is what our roads are made out of. And #2 in Rhode Island.
Wait a second. I was distracted. Who has the #1 center of asphalt?
University of Rhode Island has been doing a lot of research on asphalt and asphalt longevity and doing different things. They've been involved with it for years and years and years.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
The school of what? Engineering?
It would be civil engineering.
Okay.
Right? And then you have VIBCO Vibrators, my company here, who follows how do we make roads last longer, how do we improve, you know, pothole conditions, how do we do a lot of stuff. So you have those two things happening in Rhode Island. We're 39 miles by 36 miles. There's no need for a single doggone pothole in this state. So we could be the first state to have no potholes and to eliminate, you know, this kind of frustration for all our citizens, because it is a bad year, Dan, for potholes. It's a really bad year because of the freeze and thaw cycles. The freeze and thaw cycles, as soon as water can penetrate down through the surface of asphalt, it just heaves it up and cracks it and moves it. And if we don't repair them in a timely fashion, the small holes become craters, right? Mm. And they have 2 strategies for patching potholes. Or there's a whole bunch there. There's a whole. We should be on State of Mind, and we could do a whole dissertation and really take the mystery out of potholes and how to fix them properly. But you can see the guys. They call it throw and go. They take a shovel of cold patch, throw it in there, and drive the truck down the road. Or they throw and they roll. They roll the truck over. You need vibratory force to align it, make it last longer, and we can help. We can fix this. It's changing attitudes, Dan. Your basic premise in Rhode Island. People need to change their attitudes because.
Well, but you know, for those people thinking, oh, he's trying to sell us something.
I don't want to sell crap. Can
I just say something? Hold on a second.
Okay, go ahead.
You should explain to everybody that you have actually volunteered significant time to our government in showing some of this stuff that can. You've been on the road with them, right?
Yeah, we've been out on the viaduct out in front of Providence Place Mall, and the holes we fixed 3 Valentine's days ago, so 3 years ago, are still intact. We're on the Broadway overpass, you know, which is another one for Route 95. We fixed the expansion joints there. We told some people in the Tavares camp that we'll come up to Providence and show them how to use this equipment. They can take our equipment for free, Dan. Just take it, because a good deed for our state is take the equipment, use it, learn how to help the citizens, and we'll sell stuff just because Rhode Island's showing how to use this stuff. I don't need money from my own hometown state. Let me take it from somewhere else. That's the exponential factor, right?
So you could donate equipment that would showcase how it works, and you'd worry about profit somewhere else. This would be the incubation, like, test place for others to use it. What is the kind of investment that communities would be looking at to grab this kind of vibrating equipment that you say would enhance the pothole problem?
If they had to spend money, they'd have to spend $1,500. I'm sure that the cost of repairing, as I hear the young ladies talk about their cars, rims, tires, blowouts, they probably pay more than that in claims.
Oh my God, way more than. Oh, you kidding me? It's tens of that. So $1,500 for one piece of equipment. That's all you would need.
That's it. And New York City, let me tell you a factoid. New York City has found our equipment so good that they have over 90 machines that they keep downtown Manhattan repaired with, because there's a whole process to fixing a pothole correctly, Dan. And you need vibratory force to it. You need some good quality cold patch material or hot patch material. And it's changing the perception of the way these poor guys go out and fix holes, because they've been so ingrained in just throwing material down, going, and not really doing it. And they're used to going back a dozen times. This machine eliminates them from going back there, but they have to follow the process as well. You can't just buy a machine. You got to work the machine right.
And so, for a layman, explain what Karl Wadensten owns VIBCO. And sits on the, what's it called now? BDC?
It's Rhode Island Commerce Commission, and I was just reappointed for another 4-year term, and I'm really glad to be on that team, because I want to see Rhode Island improve and get better.
The Rhode Island Commerce Commission.
Yes.
Well, we're glad to have you. You're a masochist, but we're glad to have you. So give me a layman's explanation as to what this machine does, because everyone listening to this is now leaning into the radio going, so what does it do? What does it do?
It vibrates the cold patch or hot patch, whatever type of material they're putting in the hole. It vibrates it so it's really tight and compact and solid, so there's no way water or moisture can penetrate through that and just throw it up again in a few days through the next freeze-thaw cycle. And it makes this hole, a pothole repair is really supposed to be just a temporary repair until you fix the road. But we don't have budget money in the state of Rhode Island, so we need to fix every hole before it becomes a huge problem, because we can't repave every road in the state.
Huh.
So you got to shake this stuff down. And Dan, maybe state of mind, maybe we can get the city of Providence to get you and your crew, and I can even get you to be a pothole repair expert, and we'll tag it. And that'll be the Dan Yorke repair in downtown Providence. We'll do a show on it, and I can get you to be the best expert. And people will say, you know what, Dan's pothole patch repair lasted all season.
All right, I'm on for that. I'll let the crew know.
How much fun would that be in downtown Providence?
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so the word is out. I think you've just made a little news, really, by suggesting that you could offer this equipment to improve the pace of pothole recovery here. I think that is newsworthy, and we shall spread the word on that.
You got it. Thanks, Dan.
Karl Wadensten from VIBCO. Now, that was a very productive conversation. Hey, are you tired of winter? That's what the copy here says. Of course you're tired of winter. You're tired of talking about this. News Talk 630, 99.7 FM wants to send you on a romantic trip for two to Puerto Rico. Log on to 630WPR.com and register to win your way in for a trip to the tropics. We're giving away 4 trips, and one of our winners could be you. Telephone number is 438-WPRO, toll-free 1-800-321-WPRO. That's fascinating. Hopefully our news team picks up on that, spreads the word around the broadcast cycle a little bit about Karl's offer, and we kind of go from there. And his reference to State of Mind is the television show on MyRITV, weeknights at 7:30, repeats at 11:30, where he's encouraging me to take a TV crew out there and start, working the potholes. We'll see. I shall write a memo. Jay in Cranston, you're on WPRO on the Dan Yorke Show. Hello.
Hey, Dan, how are you?
Okay, thanks.
Well, obviously, Cranston doesn't have their information. I was just behind the Cranston guys doing theirs over by Phoenix Ave there. And they're just shoveling, filling the hole, and just taking off. So when you drive over it, the stuff just comes back out.
Yeah, it does.
So,
it does seem like again, I don't have any cold patch expertise, but it does seem like an exercise in futility.
You got to at least tamp it with a hand tamper, you know? I mean, that's like common sense. You got to pack it in there. I mean, if you don't pack it in, it's no good at all, right?
Yeah, well, you know, again, Jay, your observation is legitimate. Thanks. I'm not here to beat up on Public Works guys. I am sure, especially with all of the drain clearing that they've been doing with just a shovel over the last, couple, 3 weeks, that they're exhausted. I'm sure they're exhausted. I'm absolutely certain that every Public Works employee that we have in every municipality and in the state is working at their maximum potential physical capability. I'm sure of it, aren't you? But to have a little bit of, technology would go a long way here. New York City's using it. And I haven't been, I'm not scheduled to get back to Manhattan until next month. So I haven't seen it during the winter. I don't know how to grade the VIBCO production down in New York, but, Karl will tell you that they love it. If they buy all those machines, there must be a reason.